What's happening, guys? I'm Dan. Welcome back to the channel, and today we're diving back into more Michigan craft beer coming from Grand Rapids. It's another KBS variant. It is the Hazelnut Fudge. I feel like they're just intertwining names now between each KBS variant. There was a hazelnut several years ago. There was a Mackinac Fudge. There's different types of fudge and coffees and different adjuncts that they've thrown into the mix. Now, Hazelnut Fudge, I feel like they're just throwing a couple different kind of versions together, and they got this. I don't really know. Let's hope this is good. So, Imperial Stout, aged in bourbon barrels. Again, this is the newest variant that I've seen into distribution literally this week. This was bottled on 1/8/25. And today is the 20th of February, time of recording. So, discover a new level of indulgence with KBS Hazelnut Fudge, crafted for the discerning palate. This KBS variant offers robust, decadent drinking experience, blah, 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 blah. We're not going to read it all. I don't really care that much, guys. So what I have noticed, and I think I misspoke in another video, or an upcoming video, I've noticed that Founders now labels things as malt beverage with natural flavors, artificial flavors. That's what this has. But I feel like they're calling more of their beers malt beverages, whereas I don't think they used to. But I think that just has to do with state regulation and rules for alcoholic beverages or non, but I feel like that's what they've kind of changed their labeling to on the back, small little print. Probably just has to do with how wide their distribution is, and it differs per state, so I think Michigan, they got away with not calling it malt beverage, but now they've been everywhere for a long time, all 50 states, I think. Malt beverage, so I think it's just a labeling term for legality. Imperial Stout, Fudge, Coffee, Hazelnut Coffee, Oak Bourbon Barrels. Cool, let's just get into this one, guys. That's a long intro as it is. Again, it's another KBS variant. Is there as much hype around KBS as there once was? No, absolutely not. But yet, here I am reviewing it for you guys, because you guys sometimes do seem kind of interested in these reviews. And I am too, as just a beer guy. I do enjoy sipping the new ones with you guys. So, slight chill on this. It's been out of the fridge for quite some time, a couple hours. I think 2 hours, but still has a little bit of a chill on it, which kind of, nowadays, I kind of like a little chill on it, just a little bit. So, again, KBS from 2012, I feel like was freaking motor oil pouring into the glass. This is not. It's just like a brown, dark liquid that turns black as you let it build in the glass, but there's a little bit of viscosity, but nothing oily like Bourbon County, not even close. But nice little charred mocha head sitting on top, super duper creamy. And if you've watched this channel, you know that I do not like to age these beers anymore, so I want this fresh, and I'm getting it about as fresh as it's going to get, just over a month and a half here. So again, this crazy head retention is really good. Almost doesn't look bourbon barrel aged. Looks like a, almost a milk stout with how creamy that head retention is. It's just a thin layer, but it's just really milky, really creamy. Let's get a nose. Man, I will say though, I give a lot of shade and a lot of hate to Founders for their KBS beers nowadays, whereas I used to love them. They're still good, guys. It's just like the competition's just raised, but I will tell you this. This nose is phenomenal. Freaking phenomenal. Espresso beans, like chocolatey, brownie batter, espresso beans wrapped in hazelnut coffee creamer, but it's roasty. It's not too sweet and sugary. Like there's a little bit of like milky vanilla lactosey thing, but it's just still balanced out by a nice robust burst of like charred oak and a little bit of just molasses and earthiness. Again, nice roasty feel to this as well. It smells really good. I mean, in the most beautiful way, like Coffee Mate, hazelnut coffee creamer, milk sugar, brownies, brownie batter, dark chocolate, and fudge, ganache. It's delightful. It's really a delightful treat in the nose. And then just beautiful burst of espresso beans. Beautiful burst. I mean, this truly, you put this up to my nose, and I'm 6 a.m., I wake up, I smell this. I'm going to freaking drink it, because I'm going to be like, coffee, hazelnut, espresso, roast, give me it. So this smells amazing. Probably one of the best noses I've gotten on any stout or any beer in a long time. This is amazing. Smells just incredible, straight up front to back. So let's get into this, guys. It's the new Hazelnut Fudge from KBS, aka Founders. Let's get into this variant. Cheers. Roast, And then that beautiful oak. So I love bourbon. This is so nice and oaky still on the back end, and there's just bitterness. Chocolate bitterness, just fudgy chocolate notes up front and in the middle, and then it goes away. You're left with this nice, almost creamy, milk stouty kind of mouthfeel for being 12% bourbon barrel aged. Doesn't feel that way till you reach the back end, where you're hit with that nice barrel, that oaky barrel, just incredible fluidity and drinkability in this for being 12%. Nice little bit of heat going down, but it's so nice because that hazelnut sweetness soaked your palate, and then you're hit with just notes of coffee and fudge and just beautiful roast. And then again, that barrel just kind of hits you on the back end abruptly, and it's still smooth. Like, you love the barrel, it hits you, and then instead of being just a burn and terrible feeling, it's beautiful. It ends so nice and delicately. It's really nice. But then again, I've been drinking a lot of bourbon, so, well, you know, am I more partial to the bourbon back end maybe now than ever? Maybe, because I actually really enjoy bourbons. It is velvety. It's smooth. It's just the right amount of roast to balance any sweetness out. In my stouts, I really don't want too much sweetness. Sometimes that just kills the drinkability. I know the Goose Island, the Bourbon County, that's just crazy viscosity and motor oil when you drink it. This one is just so not. It's so much more roasty, dry, thin, which I love both in their own token, but this is more drinkable, honestly, than you're ever going to get with a Goose Island Bourbon County, because it's softer, it's velvety, it's creamy, it's like milk stouty in the same way, but just a lot less motor oil to the palate. You know, it goes down really nicely, very smoothly. Probably one of the best mouthfeels I've ever gotten on a KBS, truthfully, when it comes to velvet and butter. So it's got this like nutty hazelnut, earthiness. It's kind of sweet for a moment. Again, you just get massacred by roast. It's amazing. But it's like a marshmallowy roast. A little bit of dark chocolate. Again, fudge ganache is in there. Semi-sweet chocolates, but still dark bitterness and roasty char on the back end that plays into that oaky barrel. Really fantastic. I mean, I want more coffee, but it's not espresso. But you get wonderful notes of just hazelnut and coffee intertwined together. This is good. This is really good. Everybody's going to say it's too thin. I think it's too thin. But the drinkability and mouthfeel is incredible on this. I just want more of it. I guess that's the only way to take it to the next level. I want a bigger body, more mouthfeel. Not quite Bourbon County branched out, but like, let's try to get up towards that way, that viscosity, that incredible mouthfeel. It's just lacking that, but this has a nice, thinner, creamy, nutty, velvety mouthfeel. I have no real complaints about this, except I want more mouthfeel. Maybe a little bit more fudge. It's certainly chocolatey and fudgy, ganache, but the hazelnut does take over quite a bit. I mean, and hazelnut is first. It's hazelnut fudge. It's not fudgy hazelnut. So is everything proper here? I really do think so. I really appreciate the barrel on this as well. I think it's a fantastic offering. Just wish it had more body to this beer, right? But incredibly creamy, velvety, nutty hazelnut, caramelized espresso beans in here. Crazy good stuff. Probably one of the better KBSs in a long time, but again, need more mouthfeel, need more viscosity, and would like to see a few more notes kind of creep up out of the bottom of this. But as far as roasty and dry, it is. The barrel hits you very nicely on the back end. You're getting the hazelnut in the front. You're getting some fudgy dark chocolate thing through the middle towards the back end. I'm not upset. I'm not upset by this beer. $22.99 in Michigan. I'm going to put it in the worth it category. Was not impressed with a couple of their other offerings recently, but this is a very good offering. I feel like they were brewing different KBS options, and then they just smacked this together and were like, hey, we'll do like two different versions and slap it together. Okay, hazelnut fudge, fine. Would like to see a new angle that's not hazelnut, not fudge, but I'm just bitching. So, great beer. I'm going to go... Gosh, just the body's so lacking. But it's good. It's good beer, though. Would like to see a little bit more fudge. Would like to see a little bit more mouthfeel. 4.27 out of 5. That's where I'm sticking this beer, guys. Thank you so much for being here. It's a new KBS Hazelnut Fudge variant. Till next time, if you're going to pour a beer, pour Michigan beer.